Listen, this is the fall of the UK. I'm not even joking. There's been a lot of videos popping off right now of, I'm from the UK and I'm struggling, and I moved away and I realized, wow, life in a different country is way better. Mm. And that is so true. This is my opinion, my stories of the UK, and why, if you're a young man especially, even if you're a woman, like if you're a woman also, it applies to you, but especially a young man. If you don't want to be stripped away from your human potential, I strongly advise leaving. Let me put. There we go. Put that on. So, listen, there's been videos out there like, I'm on minimum wage and I can barely afford to live in my apartment. And listen, if you've watched the videos, you've watched them, you know how bad it is. But I'm going to tell you my story. This is my time, my channel. I gotta tell my suffering, okay? I'm telling you about my struggles. So, how I'm gonna frame this. First of all, let's talk about the political system of the UK. Democracy as a whole is very corruptible, it's very bribable. It's very easy to pay politicians off. They don't have your best interest at heart, and I think the people know that now. I think most people know, or they're beginning to wake up, especially the younger generation, that voting does not matter. Your vote doesn't count because the people you voted for have been bribed by a certain party of people. And listen, they have to follow their agenda. They've got an agenda to push. They've got a country to ruin. You know? That little town out in the middle of nowhere. Boom! 3 million immigrants. They're moving in. You're already suffering with housing costs, but guess what? We're gonna flood your little town with 1 million immigrants to up the economy, and obviously. Lovely. So, first of all, the UK government doesn't care about you. You're not human to them. You are a resource, okay? It's also true in other countries. Some of them are still asleep, but the UK especially, it's very obvious that you are a resource. They don't see you as human. They see you as cattle. Why does this matter? Because they don't want to improve your life. They don't want to give you a better quality of life. It's true. They want to push you down and push you down and push you down until you break. They don't want you to live. They want you to break. They want you to suffer. They want you to They want you on the point where, like, you don't give up, but you're not able to stand up. They just want you in that little lull, that little area where it's like, it's not bad enough to kill yourself just yet, but it's like not good enough to enjoy your life. They just keep you right here, and that's the absolute torment of the UK. The UK is a third world country. That is just fact. It's just a fact. The UK is a third world country. If you are a young person trying to make it, trying to just start your life, there is no start in the UK. The start is the end. There is no little period of I can make it. No. Your best bet, if you want to definitely stay in the UK, your best bet is to get benefits, get some housing, council housing sort of thing. Just get as much as you can for free. Don't apply for jobs. Don't do that. Just get all the benefits and then start a business online. Start YouTube videos, start something, start learning sales. Don't pay your tax and then leave, or I don't know, just do what you can. If you want to stay there and pay 40% tax, or 50, I don't remember, 40-50% tax on higher than like 50k, I don't quite remember. But listen, they push you down. The wages are terrible. The housing prices are extortionate. I remember I was paying like just under half of my check to rent a bedroom, a tiny bedroom where the bed was 2/3 of the room, in the basement of a house of 8 people renting. Shared kitchen, shared bathroom, shared everything. Now, you're paying a lot of money for this. You gotta take turns using the kitchen, blah blah blah. And if you want like your own apartment, like say goodbye, you ain't saving any money. I doubt you'll be able to have a car. I doubt it. I doubt you'll be able to have anything of any value. They want to force you onto the government system. They want to force you onto benefits. Or just before benefits. They want you there. Because truthfully, people on benefits have got it better than people working minimum wage jobs, because the living wage is not a good living wage. It's not a thriving wage. It's not a I'm happy living wage. It's you are barely living wage, and this is reflected in the birth rates. You know, people don't want babies because they can't afford to date. They can't afford children, first of all, but they can't afford to date either. Imagine dating. Imagine you're struggling. You're like, no, I need 20 bucks, 20 quid. I can't. 20 quid's a lot to me. It hurts me imagine. It hurts paying for dinner, just like a lunch out, going for a lunch. That hurts you. Just that coffee, like. Don't have your morning coffee, make your morning coffee, and you can save some money over the year. Like, just going for a morning coffee, that hurts you. Like, this is how much the UK people have been pushed down and pushed down, and, you know, people think that's acceptable. They're never going to own a home. Especially not, you know, in this economy, without help. I know some of my mates that they have managed to get on some council scheme where it's like new first buyers sort of thing. I think they own like 50% of the house. And hey, that's like a start, I guess, but I mean, that's such a trap. Now you're trapped to that location, and it's like you barely own it anyways. You're gonna get taxed on it, whatever. I'd rather just, you know, if you're gonna do that, just like have a rental house. So, first we got that. Second, the job situation. Jobs are hard to get in the UK. It's not like other countries where it's a bit easier. It's very hard to get jobs in the UK. On top of that, they're all paid terribly. Even the high quality jobs, doctors, engineers, they don't get paid like Americans do. And then they're taxed heavily on top of that. You know, you got engineers working until they're like excuse me. You got engineers working until they're like 70 before they can retire. Engineers, though, not just regular people. And imagine you mess up once in life, like one divorce, and that ruins you. Like that pushes your retirement to like it's not gonna happen. One divorce could do that. Do you want to live a life where one mistake could ruin you forever? That's your life, something you've worked your entire life for. One mistake's gonna ruin you? Listen, you gotta get to the point where one mistake cannot hurt you that much. What the UK, the true crime of living in the UK is the dreams it takes away from you. There's no American dream in the UK. The dream in the UK is to live slightly above the rest of the fucking slaves around you. You just got to be one step higher, and that kind of feeling of like, hey, I'm just slightly better than these. That's the UK dream. It's non-existent. There's no point. Listen, a slave's a slave. You might have one gold ring on one finger. A slave is a slave. You are a slave if you listen. If you work in the UK, you're a slave. You just get fed your grains. Eat your grains. Eat